This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so today's topic would be relationships. Okay, and how the relationship will be created. When you are creating a lookup, you will be seeing that one-to-n, n-to-one relationship will be created. Okay, what is a one-to-n? What is a n-to-one? What is a n-to-n? That we have already discussed at initial days. Okay, you see here, when you want to establish a connection between two entities, so how that will be there? It will be like a one-to-n, n-to-one, or many-to-many. Okay, now inside that relationship, how the CRM is going to accommodate different users, that we will be discussing today. Okay, now as usual, I'm going to the settings, advanced settings. Till that time, let's open this app. Right now, if you see, we have connected doctor to patients, reports to patients, patient to reports, patient to doctor. So there are different ways. So the data will be there and we have connected with proper alignment. Okay, now when you are creating a relationship, so what are the things will be there? Let's understand. Now I'll go to the solution. Okay, let's open this. Right now, if I go to the report or patient entity, okay, or else we have seen a lookup creation in the, you see, there is a lookup that we have created in the report document entity. Whenever I open this one, you see, whenever you're creating a lookup, you'll be seeing some relationship name. Okay, remember this one. So this relationship will be created between two entities. One is patient and one is a report document, right? Now, if I come back to the N to 1, okay, remember when you create a lookup on that entity, it is a N to 1 because multiple reports can be connected with one patient. You see this? Forget about customer type field. We are not working with that. Let's see the patient entity relationship. Now, whenever I click on the relationship, come on, yeah, right. Now, this is one-to-n or n-to-1. Both scenarios, it will be like a same only, but you will be having a primary entity, a related entity. Okay. Primary entity is called parent, related entity we call it as a child entity. So in between these two entities, we are connecting via relationship. Now, these are the properties like how a entity will be connected with a specific name. Searchable is like uh, I don't think so. Searchable can be there. Maybe the lookup field searchable concept is forget about that. And hierarchical, we do not have anything access here. Coming to which field this relationship is representing. Okay, that is display name is equal to patient and followed by the schema name. And field requirement, is it a mandatory or non-mandatory? You can define here. And you can fill some data with description. Okay, this is about relationship definition lookup field, which is pointing to this specific relationship. That is the one thing. Coming to one more thing, navigation pan item for primary entity. If I go to the patient, I'll go to this one. You see here, there is a two uh, icons are two components which is there, which is saying that report documents. because we have created two relationships. One is customer type field and one is normal lookup field. So that's why I'm able to see two icons or two components in the related entity. Now I want to remove one. You see here, navigation pan item for primary entity. You see display option, use plural name. Plural name is all about report documents. If you remember, we have whenever you are creating an entity, we have a plural name select that you can see here. Or use custom label. If you want to provide, let's say, something like a reports or let's say documents, anything, you can name it using this field. And coming to do not display, it's like a hiding of that functionality. Display order and display area is completely different, which is a old version that is not available now. We are working with the UCI and you will be having a proper navigation pan. So that is the old concept which is deprecated right now, which we do not have any purpose. Okay, right now what I'm trying to do, I have removing this. So I made it do not display. Right. Now before that, I'll make something like a relationship. Come on. Right. Okay. We'll see this whether it is working or not. So we have removed that visibility. What we will do, let's publish this only one entity. So that we'll see that information, then we'll go to the next concept. Right. Now let's look at this one. So we do not have a second relationship icon here. So we have only one report documents entity. So we can work with any without any confusion, and we can use this functionality. Okay, this is how you can work with the relationship to hide and show the related items as well. Right? Now let's understand a very important thing here. Okay, relationship behavior is a very much important thing in the interview question if you are going for 3+ or 4+. Okay, now let's document what are the things are available. I'll put as a screenshot here and as well as one more screenshot. Right. Now we have a parental, a referential restrict delete, configurable cascading. Okay. Before we are going to discuss about this one in real time, maybe you might have seen movies or something else. If the father has some kind of some kind of habits, so that will come to childs as well. Okay. So this concept will apply for parental relationship behavior. Okay. Now I'll tell you what does it mean. If you are selecting the relationship behavior, which means that whenever what are the activities means these things. These are the activities that you can perform on this. Okay. For example, we'll go with delete option. Whenever you have this option as a type of behavior is a parental, when you delete the parent entity record, the child entity records also will get deleted. Okay, so that we call it as a parental, or else you can say whatever the operations that we will do in the parent entity and that will be impacted in the child entity. That is the parental relationship behavior. Okay, coming to referential. Referential is all about, it's a just a reverse to the parental. Whatever is happening in the parent entity that will not happen to the child entity, that we consider as a referential behavior. Okay, referential restrict delete. For example, you have, let's say, 5 reports is there in the system for Bindu Madhavi. If you're trying to delete this record, okay, if you're trying to delete this record, so if the relationship is there as a referential restrict delete, until you delete the child records, you are not allowed to delete the parent record. Okay, that is the functionality of referential restrict delete. Okay, configurable cascading, it's a custom functionality you can do for each individual activity or each individual functionality customizable. What is the customization that we can do? There are couple of things. Cascade all, do whatever is going to happen in the parent child entity. Cascade active, only active records can be done. For example, I'll just deactivate this. Now you see we have active reports for this patient, we have inactive report, right? Now in this scenario, if I made it active, only 4 records will get impacted, remaining will not be impacted. User owned, for example, again one more thing, out of 5 records, I have created only 2, remaining created by someone else. How I'll get to know? If I open this record, if the owner is me, where is this? Yeah, if the owner is my user, which means that I am the owner for that record. Okay, so if you select this concept, when I delete the patient entity, when I means that specific user, only that user owned records will get impacted. Remaining records will not get impacted. That is the functionality of cascade user. None means do nothing. So don't get impact anything here. That is the functionality of these things. All, active, user owned, none. Okay, it's like a like restricting only records or restricting all the records. That's it, right? Okay, so before we are going for understanding this, what are the activities actually? You see here, assign. What does that mean? Assign means, you see, changing the ownership of the record. Okay, see, when I click on the assign, it is asking me to me, which means that same user or user or team. And you see there are different users are there. If you want to assign, you can just assign. Whenever you click on that assign, the owner will be changed. That is the assign functionality, right? Coming to share, there is a share button here. Owner, you are the person, but you want to give the permission to read or whatever the things, you can assign that, you can share that information to specific users. Okay, select that user, read permissions, right? Whatever the permissions that you would like to give, you can give that and click on share. Okay, maybe we do not have a proper users, we will see that in the security module. Right now, share is something called providing access to the record without changing the ownership. Unshare is something called you can just remove the permissions. Okay, delete, we already seen deleting the record. Okay, roll up view, roll up view is something which we do not have a control. It's like by default it is a cascade none, so forget about that. Reparenting. Okay, reparenting is something called, okay, so right now forget about this. Basically you'll get like you'll not understand this functionality, you'll get confused. Okay, it's like if this record is a parent of if this record is having a different parent, let's say doctor. Okay, if you are changing that doctor information, so that is going to be impacted in the child entities. Right now we are not having that kind of functionality, that's why just avoid that one, reparenting concept. Okay, coming to delete. Delete, we know already how it works. Merge, merge will be there when you are clubbing into, when you are clubbing two records into one record. Okay, I'll show you that, or else we can see here itself in the patient records. Let's say Kumar Lalit, and we do have a merge button. Let's see, you see there is a merge button. When I click on this one, so there is a two records would be there. Merge record by choosing the fields with the data, view fields with conflicting data, enable parent check. Okay, so these are different things here there. Which one you want to put it as a parent and primary record and secondary record? Let's keep this is as a primary record and use Kumar also. Okay, let's keep this one Lalit Varma, and this is the name I want, and this is the doctor. Remaining things is fine. What I'll do, I'll merge these two records and I'll make only one record. From two records, if you are merging into one record, two records will have a only two records will have a multiple child records. That all child records will be clubbed into one merged record. That is what it means. Okay, those records will be having a merge functionality to all these things. So even though it is a configurable cascading, you do not have access for this, which means that all the records will be merged to one record. Okay, are we clear so far?
Can we revert once we have merged records?
No, no. You see, one record is created Lalit Kumar to Lalit Verma, right? Now you cannot do again. We cannot revert that merge functionality once you've done the merge. And there will be an inactive record for the reference, I believe. Let's see. See, Kumar Verma as deactivated as a is merged with Lalit, so that is deactivated. This you can see as a reference. Okay, this was there. See, the record was merged to Lalit Verma record, then and then deactivated. It's like a reference purpose. Got it? Right. Now that's all about relationship behaviors. Please try to change one functionality. For example, what I'll do, I'll create parental. Okay, I have changed the parental. Save. Let's try one, and remaining things you try and you will just get the information whether it is working properly or not. I'm updating the relationship between patient and report document entity as a parental. Now my expectation would be when I delete the parent entity, which is a patient record, and the followed by child record should be deleted. Okay, I'll keep it aside right now. Let's publish one time. Okay, now let me go back here. I'll take a second window. Let's have a how many count of reports is there. 14 is there, right? Now let's open one of the patient where it contains data. You see, there's a one record which is available, right? Now what I'll do, I'll delete this record. Okay, deleting a parental will delete the all records under the parent as well. For example, social profiles opportunity to keep the records on the parent available further. You see, there is a functionality which is going to delete it because you have selected a relationship as a parental. Let's delete. When you delete the patient record, and let's see the count. It was 14. Now it is a 13. Okay, but remember this concept like relationship is very much important when we are designing an application. When you are designing a data, mostly this will be done by BS. Whether that data is required in the future purpose, whether that deletion is happening, they will think about it. But when they are giving a textual requirement, you need to understand that okay, we need to work with a relationship behavior for this one. That is a very much important thing. And remaining relationship, try to create those relationships or try to update this relationship and try to work on that one, whether it is working properly or not, so that you'll have a confident on that component, right? Coming to another thing, mappings. Let's see what is it mappings. Come on. I'll go to patient. I'll open one record. Go to this report. Whenever I click on this one, you see there is a patient information is pre-populated in the record, right? So that will be handled by this mapping. This mapping. If I remove this one, that will be like a that will not map by default. If I want to add one more mapping from source entity, which is a patient entity, let's say name. Last name. This is targeting to name. Okay. Okay. I have created one mapping. Let's see how it behaves in the front end side. I want to publish it. Right. Let me close this. Try to refresh once. Then we'll see. What is the last name of this record? It's Madhavi, I believe. Right. Now, if I go to a report document, whenever I click on this one, see Madhavi is a last name of the patient and which is mapping to this specific name field. Now, if you want to put something like ECG underscore Madhavi, save and close. Likewise, is there any data which you want to map, pre-populate when you are creating a child records, so that you can use mappings. Okay, right. So that's about reports, relationships. Okay, that will be implies to 1 to n to 1, both are same. For example, if I go to 1 to n in the patient entity, where is the test report documents? See, so if you see this one, the same window which you have seen in the n to 1 also same, nothing is changed, which means that when you update 1 to n or n to 1, both will be updated. Coming to one more thing, main important thing is n to 1. You see there is a number of end-to-end relationships are there. What does that mean? Whenever you are creating an end-to-end relationship with something, let's say which entity you are targeting, I would say, for example, marketing list. Okay. Now you see there is a relationship entity name. One background entity will be created, and that is the name of the entity. CR66 688 underscore contact list, and you do not have access for this entity. It will be background, and it will be stored in the data in the background. Okay, so the similar way you see already available end-to-end relationships. So let's see you see marketing list is already connected. Okay, what does it mean? One contact will be connected with multiple marketing list, and one marketing list can contain multiple contacts. Here you will be having a end-to-end relationships is there. For example, let me show you. We'll talk about this marketing list concept later, but you see there is a marketing list, bloggers, add it. Okay, that is one thing. I'll go to one more contact. I'm just showing you end-to-end relationship concept. Let's add this to also blogger. Okay, same thing, same record. I would like to add one more marketing list. It's not about only one, computer buyers, which right now if I go to the marketing application, do you see any marketing? Soft touch, yeah, this is a sales. If I go to sales marketing list, blogger, what we have done, we have added two contacts. Where is that members? Here, see multiple contacts which is there in one marketing list. The similar way, this guy is also part of one more marketing list, which means that this one. Okay, this is how you will represent end-to-end relationship by creating an end-to-end relationship in the relationship area here. Okay, you can create your own relationship and you can create a respective subgrids here and there, and then you will work with the end-to-end relationship. Okay, that is how you will be connecting with two entities. Remember, when you create any end-to-end relationship, a background entity will be created. The connection between those two entities, every time a record will be created in the system. Okay, are we clear so far? I think that's it for now. So we'll see next topic in the next class, maybe Monday. Till that time, please practice as much as you can. Okay, whatever I have shown you, it's like a demo purpose, but whatever I have explained, that is a homework for you guys. Okay, I have shown you for parental. Try to use the same functionality for referential and referential restrict delete and cascade, sorry, configurable cascading as well. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss about these two important topics. Okay, are we fine now?
This conference will now be recorded.